Nishimoto Hawks. It is the week of June 7th, 2021, and it is going to be another Hawktastic week for both distance and in-person teaching and learning. It is hard to believe, but we have made it to the final week of our 2020-2021 school year, and this will be my last video announcements for the year. We want to thank all of our students and parents for sticking through this crazy year with us, and we are exceptionally proud of what our students, families, and staff have been able to achieve in this anything but ordinary school year. We do have lots of exciting events and information coming up this week, so be sure you stay tuned all the way through the end of our announcements. This week, we will have drive-through celebrations to honor both our kindergarten students and our 6th grade students. Kindergarten will be out in our valet area to do a drive-through celebration on Wednesday morning. I believe that each class has a specific time they will be having parents drive through to celebrate their kindergartners. So be sure that you are connecting with your student's teacher to know what time they can come through to get their awards. Our 6th grade will have a drive-through promotion event on Friday, which is our last day of school, over in the bus loading zone parking lot from 8:30 until 10 o'clock. For this time, we will be honoring all of our 6th grade students with their promotion certificates and some goodies to send them off to Desmond in style. So be sure if you have a kindergartner or 6th grader, you mark these events on your calendar because you are not going to want to miss out. This week, and next week, we will also begin collecting some of those learning materials that our students have had all year so that we can inventory them and get them ready for the next school year. Students will all be returning their hardcover textbooks this week to school if they have not done so already. Our in-person learners will just bring those in and turn them into our teachers if they haven't already. And for our distance learners, we will be doing a drive-through textbook collection this Wednesday, June 9th. It will be happening from 11 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. in our valet area. So be sure you are collecting just those hardcover textbooks and that you are bringing those in this week so we can get them accounted for and that your students will not get charged. We will also be collecting all of our tech devices and technology. Our in-person learners will do that this Thursday and Friday here at school, and our distance learners will be collecting technology next Monday, June 14th, from 8 to 3:30 all day long here at Nishimoto. We need to make sure that students are turning in both their Chromebook as well as their chargers, their headset, and their Chromebook sleeves that were issued by the district. We want to make sure that we get all of these Chromebooks accounted for so families do not have those charges on your students' records. Again, in-person students will bring those items back Thursday or Friday, and our distance learners will need to bring those in next week on Monday, June 14th. If you have any questions about that, don't hesitate to give our office a call. We do have some students to celebrate this week. This week we are honoring our 4th quarter SOAR award recipients. And we know that that R in SOAR stands for Ready to Learn. So take a look and check out these students who have done a great job all quarter showing that they are ready to learn. Our kindergarten winners, Miguel C. from Mrs. Harper's class, Ariana O. from Mrs. Mortier's class, Elsa C. from Mrs. Rocha Mrs. Grimm's class, and Alexander B. from Miss Boat's class. Our 1st grade winners, Noel M. from Mr. Adams' class, Luciano M. from Mrs. Hernandez's class, Rosemary F. from Mrs. Fimbres' class, Garrick C. from Mrs. Strong's class, and Adrian Z. from Mrs. Valdez's class. Our 2nd grade winners, Emma R. from Mrs. Medina's class, Saida S. from Mrs. Hidalgo's class, Janessa G. from Mr. W's class, and June R. from Mrs. Rivera's class. Our third grade winners were Anthony L. from Miss Shimshak's class, Alani B. from Mrs. Redstill's class, and Aliana R. from Mrs. Strada's class. Our fourth grade winners were Maylene D. from Miss Flores' class and Anai S. from Mrs. Mendoza's class. Our fifth grade winners were Sherilyn J. from Mrs. Cuevas' class, Gio R. from Mrs. Molina's class, and Ariel B. from Mrs. Evangelista's class. And finally, our sixth grade winners are Isabella E. from Mr. Gonzalez's class, Mariah L. from Mr. Irie's class, Erica G. from Mr. Rivera's class, and Santiago M. from Miss Ospina's class. Great job to all of our students who showed they were ready to learn during the fourth quarter. As this is the last week of our school year, I do want to take a few minutes and honor some of our employees that are going to be retiring after many years of service to our Nishimoto community. We have 4 of our Hawks on staff that will be leaving us at the end of this year. Starting with one of our preschool paraprofessionals, Guadalupe Garza, who has been with the district for 34 years, serving as an aide for both kindergarten and preschool students. She's been at Nishimoto in our preschool for a number of those years, and we are so thankful for all that she has done for our littlest Hawks. We also want to honor and recognize another one of our paraprofessionals, Mrs. Jin Seal, or as the kids like to call her, Mrs. G, who has been a special ed paraprofessional in our district for the past 41 years. So not all of those years have been at Nishimoto, obviously, but we have enjoyed having her on campus for the last 4 to 5 years, and we thank her for her dedication and service to our special day class kiddos. Next, we want to honor and recognize one of our current second grade teachers, Mrs. Medina, who will be retiring after a 35-year-long teaching career here in Madera Unified. We have only had Mrs. Medina here with us at Nishimoto for the past 3 years, but have really enjoyed having her on campus as one of our Hawks. So she has taught both first grade and second grade for us, and we want to wish her the best as she enjoys her retirement beginning next year. Finally, we want to honor our current vice principal, Mrs. Priester, who will be retiring this year after 17 years with Madera Unified and 5 years as the vice principal here. She has done a great job supporting our students, families, and teachers here at Nishimoto, as she has spent the last 5 years here as VP. And again, we know we are going to miss her so much next year, but wish her a wonderful and happy retirement. It's birthday time, and we do have some students and staff who are celebrating birthdays this week. Starting with students celebrating on Monday, June 7th. Happy birthday to Cecilia J. in Mrs. McDaniel's class. We have several students celebrating on the 8th. Happy birthday to Christopher B. in Mrs. Mortier's class, Gilberto D. in Mrs. McDaniel's class, Jesus R. in Mr. Irie's class, Jose S. in Miss Boat's class, and Elizabeth V. in Mr. Rivera's class. One student is celebrating on the 9th. Happy birthday to Jason V. in Miss Vote's class. 2 students are celebrating on the 10th. Happy birthday to Jessica A. in Mrs. Molina's class and Victor R. in Mr. Irie's class. No students on the 11th, but celebrating on the 12th. Happy birthday to Ivan C. in Mrs. Fimbrez's class, Yerrick C. in Mrs. Trong's class, and Mariah L. in Mr. Irie's class. Finally, our students celebrating on Sunday the 13th. Happy birthday to Giovanni C. in Mrs. Cuevas' class and Yoselin S. in Miss Shimshak's class. We know we have several students who are celebrating birthdays throughout the rest of the summer. So we want to wish all of our students that have birthdays at the end of June, July, and the very beginning of August a very happy birthday as well. We do have two very special staff birthdays that we're celebrating this week. Happy birthday to Mrs. Molina, who is celebrating on June the 8th, and Mr. Yan, who is celebrating on the 9th. We want to wish them both a very, very happy birthday. That is all the announcements that I have for this week and for the rest of this year. We are looking forward to the 21-22 school year with our students back on campus 5 days a week full-time. So stay tuned for more information. But in the meantime, remember, Nishimoto Hawks don't just fly, we soar. Show respect, offer kindness, act responsibly, and are ready to learn. Let's have a hawk-tastic week, and we'll see you next year.